This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
We are ecstatic to be back with Rosemary Powell from Joyful Life Hypnotherapy, based out of beautiful California, but she's working with people in person, also virtually anywhere around the world. So that's exciting. What a career you have, Rosemary. How are you?
Oh, thank you. I have this amazing career when you find yourself in life living your life purpose and helping people. That brings a great deal of joy to me every day.
Yep. And she's helping people relieve emotions that no longer serve them and empower them and bring them that joy in their lives and bring back that purpose that may have been lost, right? So thank you
Correct.
for being here. And just tell us a little overview about the work you do. And then we're going to rewind a bit. I want to get to know you as a person. But overall, let's meet Rosemary first as our hypnotherapist. Tell us a little bit about the work you do.
Well, it was many years ago that I had hypnotherapy save my life. And I think you want to get into that a little bit more in a moment. But the work that I do now is I help people relieve emotions that no longer serve them. Many of us have triggers and things that hold us back, trouble with anger or trouble with sadness, especially the number one, the number one thing people see me for, Jill, is anxiety.
Ah, that's a big
And
one.
and it has a basis in our lives. And when we have social anxiety or work anxiety, or a young golfer I'm working with, he just improved his golf score tremendously because we helped him relax into his amazing skill that he has. So he's on a full scholarship to college for his golf.
Amazing.
So it's amazing how that will influence not just your work, but your
Mm-hmm.
relationships,
Yeah.
your parenting, how you cope with loss, grief and loss, and how you excel in your athletic endeavors.
Wow. Well, I just want people to also know, I mean, you are overly qualified for the job. Could you just share a little bit about your
Um,
background and your
sure.
training?
So I was a registered nurse for over 40 years.
Ah.
During that time, I also got my master's degree in counseling.
Mm-hmm.
And as the years went by, I was seeing a new avenue for me because of how hypnotherapy saved my life back when I was 41. And I'd been helping people in my nurse positions, school nursing, hospice nursing, nursing instructor at a college in Phoenix. So I was helping people relax into what they were learning to do, or helping them cope with,
Yeah.
at high school nursing, the boyfriend that broke up with them. So I've been helping people for over 35 years with hypnotherapy. But 5 years ago, I go, time to do this full time. Actually, how many of us have a little voice inside that says, you're not supposed to do that job anymore? You're supposed to be a hypnotherapist. So,
Amazing. But not everybody listens to it. That's
yeah.
wonderful. You learned how to accept that and you're teaching people, right? Sometimes
And,
you gotta
and, and I
listen,
help, yes, I help people get in
tune
touch
in.
with their intuition. Yes.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing that. And we're going to dive more into all the things that hypnotherapy can help with momentarily. But first, I do want to find out a little bit of your backstory. And because I know when you were a child, you had no idea what this modality of hypnosis was, right? So let's
Right.
let's talk a little bit about that. And then, if you don't mind sharing your journey and story with us, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, definitely. Well, when I was young, a hypnotist was somebody who, if I pull my ear, then the person I hypnotized is going to be a mass murderer or something.
Yeah. Or you're going to quack like a duck up on stage, right?
Quack,
Quack,
quack a
quack,
duck.
quack. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and stage hypnosis, it really is hypnosis, but it has a fully different purpose, is for
Yeah.
entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
but when I found myself in my early 40s, really, really sad, anxious, panic attacks, night
Wow.
terrors, all kinds of things that were just not going well. And it's because I had blocked out some childhood trauma that I'd had. And and then I also found that I'd had a partner, a husband, who was not this Mr. Wonderful that I originally thought.
Yeah.
And I found myself in that dire strait. So I
Mm-hmm.
went to several counselors, and though they were comforting and reassuring and had some ideas, I just felt it was not going to be able to go deep enough
Yeah.
to help me clear this. And so I was then moved to find a woman who was not just a counselor, a therapist, but
Mm-hmm.
had hypnotherapy as one of her skills.
Oh, great.
And that was the big change. That was the key, the ticket. Because, and believe this or not, Jill, with every session, I felt better and more relaxed.
Wow.
She literally could help me clear things each time I saw her. And she was a pioneer. I mean, that was back in 1991. So so how many hypnotherapists did we even know of back then?
Yeah.
And I did learn of one other who was our family therapist. But so I began, I was an elementary school nurse at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
so kids came in who didn't know, who couldn't sleep well. And I
Aw.
would give them tools of breathing. And I even had a tool called Jin Shin Jitsu is one of the tools
Wow.
I give people who have
Okay.
trouble sleeping. And even a young boy came back. He was leaving, graduating from sixth grade. He opened the door to my office and said, "Nurse Rosemary, I still do jumper cables." And that's what we called it. Is that cute?
Warms your heart. Absolutely. The impact you made on that child's life. Aw.
And here's another one. Many of us grow up without boundaries, Jill.
Mm-hmm.
we are we are just in a tug of war with, well, I've got to take care of my mother's emotions or somebody else's
Mm-hmm.
emotions, or I'm afraid of this person's emotions when they're drunk, or they have a really bad temper. And so I would teach people a shield of light, a shield of light. And this
Mm-hmm.
is well known in the mental health field, a shield of light. And then anyone's angry words or voices or glances or will bounce off, and you can watch it bounce off. So for probably 20 years I taught that to children and in elementary and then later in high school when they would come in disturbed by a behavior that
Yep.
they couldn't feel safe around. And so the shield of light, there's probably thousands of kids around today with a shield of light that I
Beautiful.
taught them, and I still teach that as I teach boundaries to my clients. Oh, and just let me mention, so I see clients ages 8, I'll say to 98. My oldest client was 98. So
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing all of this. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Beautiful job. I'm loving your story, your lifelong learning. And we're going to talk more about my why, right? My life purpose. And then we're going to get into, obviously, the work that you're doing. So this happened, as you mentioned, many years ago. And you, as a nurse, my goodness, also in another modality of helping people, right? Can I just ask, was there any obstacles that you had to overcome?
well, I'd always worked for corporations or school districts or hospices or hospitals. And so I found myself in the workplace needing to market myself. So I joined my first Chamber of Commerce and I learned how to do marketing on Facebook and Instagram. And I got a videographer. We did some videos. They're on my YouTube channel. I'd always loved speaking and teaching, so that came naturally to me because I give talks to groups of real estate agents,
Yeah.
Rotary clubs, women's groups, and people really love learning about it,
Yeah.
and it gives them a taste of what I can offer.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. So, do you want to dive into a little further about your work and, of course, what you're doing with, should I say, the power of hypnotherapy and NLP? Joyful
Oh, I'd
Life
love to.
Hypnotherapy, by the way, is the name of the company. If you are just tuning in, we're here live today with Rosemary Powell to talk more about all the healing and that she's helping you with. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Jill. Yes, when we're having a conversation with someone, we're dealing with our conscious mind,
Hmm.
which is about 10 to 12% of our mind.
Okay.
Now, it is still brilliant, but when we deal with the subconscious mind, some of those things we know and some of those things we don't know that are influencing our lives.
Hmm.
And I'll just share one story of
Sure.
a woman who came to see me for fear of public speaking. And and I guided her to go back in time to your first experience with anxiety. And she went back to when she was a little girl and she'd cut her bangs off with scissors. How many of us have done that? And, and of course, she did a lousy job, but her dear mother lost her temper and tackled her and terrified this little child. Well, this was the initial sensitizing event. And she said, I don't even remember that happening. And so we changed the end of the story because our subconscious mind has the ability to mold and morph the stories. And so we changed the end of the story to rescuing her from that and taking her to a safe place. And
Oh.
she came to see me later and she said, now I give the meetings, to conduct the meetings, remember the people's names I'm introducing
Hmm.
without a hitch. And she
Amazing.
said it was transformational. That one thing I love about hypnosis is that it's so profound, it's effective, and it's permanent. She doesn't have to come back and say, oh, I'm scared again. That's really wonderful.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. And I want to know all the things that it can help with because I've heard, it can help with hundreds and hundreds upon things, right? And
And
you
well, when
hear,
we're dealing with
yes,
our
yeah,
mind is all of us.
true.
So, do you need to remember a password you forgot? One man locked himself out of his safe,
Come on.
and so I only saw him once, but we
But
did.
he really remembered?
Oh, sure, he remembered. But the funny part was, in the mental movie of your goal achieved, I said, tomorrow morning you will wake up. You will walk into the family room, spin the dial, and go exactly to the correct numbers of the combination of your safe. And then you will burst out laughing. And then you will text me and tell me. And
Oh
that's
my
exactly
goodness.
what happened.
Oh, that is a good one. I've never ever heard that in all my years. I didn't even think it could help with stuff like that. I mean, I know it's also to help. We talked about anxiety, but to even people with chronic pain, I'm assuming, right? You help
Yes.
people with that. Can you share a little bit on that note? Because I know a lot of people out there are suffering with a lot of things.
I would love to. So, do you know our nervous system, the subconscious mind, governs the autonomic nervous system, which is the fight or flight response, and the parasympathetic, which is the balanced, peaceful, relaxed, safe response. And so when a client is guided into hypnosis, they move out of the fight or flight. The fight or
Wow.
flight is where all the muscle tensions,
Okay.
gastric tensions. And so a lady came to see me with irritable bowel, overactive bladder, um, lots of anxiety. And so, working with her, making her recordings on her phone so that she could repeat things at home, relax again and relax again. She came in with very severe abdominal pain one day,
Wow.
And using hypnosis, we brought her down to a discomfort of only two, from 8 down to 2.
Amazing. I'm
And
someone who suffers with chronic IBS myself, and I've been to the best doctors in the
oh,
country, Temple University, for studies, and they can't figure it out. Pain is equated, food is equates with pain anytime I eat. So
oh, bless your heart.
wow, that you can help people with this. Good for me to know too, and someone out there as well. Wow.
Jill, let me see you for a complimentary session
Thank you.
to
Thank you so much.
share with you that you don't need to be feeling that pain.
Thank you.
And she told her GI doctor that she was seeing a hypnotherapist, and the doctor said, "Keep going. That is your key."
Oh,
So,
wow.
so
Amazing.
now
A lot of medical doctors would say, no, that's not going to work. So this
I
is great that we're working with both modalities, right? There's a place for everything and for both modalities. Thank you. Wow.
and this is a lot of teaching that I'm doing in communities, and gradually, well, like a woman who had type 2 diabetes and
Hmm.
couldn't stay on healthy eating, so she saw me and she's not on metformin anymore.
Wow.
So
Wow.
her daily blood sugars improved
Amazing.
significantly.
Amazing. So we got chronic pain, reducing stress, anxiety, and oh, I'm so sorry. My brother just brought me my cat. Is that okay?
Oh, of
Live on the
course.
air. Hi. Hi. My
Oh,
cat
that's
was
great.
missing. Thank you.
Oh,
He
I'm
didn't know
so
I was
glad
working. I'm
he's
sorry.
found.
But maybe you
No,
could
that's
hypnotize
important.
Simba. He was lost outside all day, or maybe he came. Thank you so much.
I did have a lady come see me, and she always brings her dog, and the dog would go into trance with her in the chair.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. Thanks for making an appearance here. I was like, what's happening? I'm like, oh no.
Oh, this is great.
Maybe he's drawn to you and he sensed you because he got lost. He's back.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Oh, all right, Rosemary. Well, what else? There's still so much more to talk about. So let me ask
Oh,
you in
well, how
relation
about
to,
passing the bar exam? I've helped people pass their cosmetology exam, their nursing boards,
you're
bar
kidding.
exam. Well, if all of our memory, everything that we study is in our subconscious mind, what happens when we relax? Then we can access any and everything. And so it's profound.
I never thought about
So
that.
then we get into the zone in
Yeah.
when we take a test or
Yeah.
talk or share something. People get into the zone. Oh, one man saw me for social anxiety. I only saw him once, though that doesn't always happen. I'll say the reason I love hypnosis is I don't see my clients for years. I see them for several sessions. I'll say 3 to 12 sessions, and they get great results. Sometimes
Wow.
and so this gentleman from a Rotary Club back in Fountain Hills, I started doing this when I was in Arizona. And so he said, I've never felt so good as during my talk. I guided everyone into relaxation. And he says, I need to see you. I have social anxiety. And so after his session, I got an email. His goal was that he and his wife be able to walk from the parking lot into the golf course clubhouse and sit down, have dinner with friends without feeling anxious. And
Ah.
and it was so cute. And so he'd always felt so nervous around other people. And even though he was a regular golfer. So he didn't come for his second session. He canceled it. He said, Thank you so much. My wife and I had a lovely dinner last night at the club. I had more fun with my friends than I have ever had. And P.S. My golf game's better too.
Wow, Rosemary. Wow, that's another question I was going to ask you. How long do people need hypnotherapy for? So I'm assuming sometimes it could be one session, but sometimes it does take a little longer, I'm assuming.
It does, when when we're working with the subconscious mind and
Mm-hmm.
depending on the level of experiences that have influenced how they're feeling in their life,
Mm-hmm.
and the current life they're in.
Yeah,
If they're in a safe situation, yes. If they're in a dysfunctional relationship that's continuing to traumatize them, then that's difficult also. So I will say 3 to 12 sessions. And
interesting.
And but it's because I work differently. Because I'm retired from nursing, I don't have to see 8 clients a day every hour. So my first session is 3 hours
Okay.
to learn all about them, to explain why hypnosis is so profound with the model of the mind. And then we design their personal session and make recordings on their phone so they can repeatedly hear the positive changes, affirmations, and beliefs that they need that they didn't get before. And so first session's 3 hours,
Okay.
follow-up sessions are 2 hours. And during that time, I probably give the equivalent of 3 sessions that you might come to a therapist uh, once a week for an hour for. But our subconscious mind is so brilliant. It can do things faster. It can do
Really
more. It can release anger. It can regain boundaries. It can reclaim their power all in one session. And
amazing.
so we can work on multiple things. It doesn't take one at a time and months and months or years and years.
Wow. Fascinating. Thank you so much. Wow. And again, you can work with anyone around the world, and you're based out of where specifically in California?
I'm based out of a little mountain town called Tehachapi, California, and I have an office right downtown where I see probably 80% of my clients are local. And but they do drive up from the LA area. I have people drive 2 hours to see me for sessions. I accommodate people's work schedules, school schedules, and time zones. Time zone
Amazing.
change.
And let me ask, you mentioned briefly before, but I think a lot of us have some childhood issues or early life traumas, and this is something that can really help. A lot of us don't even know that we have this, but what are some of the signs that you're not able to progress in our, current life? How do we figure this out? And how are you helping people with these types of situations that are a little like, hey, I'm not sure what's wrong, but I can't do A, B, and C.
Right. So there are many hidden signs of trauma.
Okay.
Anxiety is potentially one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Inability to sleep.
Okay.
Um, I will say sleep nightmares, uh, low self-esteem,
Mm-hmm.
a belief in yourself that you're not good enough.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean there was that there was sexual or physical trauma, but it
Okay.
could. Uh,
Okay.
but just having an emotionally absent parent.
Uh-huh.
How about a mom that's got to work 2 jobs just to pay the rent? And and we don't feel loved by that person who's pretty absent, and yet she's doing it out of love. So part of it's getting a perspective of what we did receive as a child and
Mm-hmm.
some of the things we might not have received.
Wow.
And the beautiful thing about hypnosis and NLP, I also work with compassion key and non-personal awareness and some theta healing, is that the subconscious mind can heal in metaphors. So
Uh,
how would you like to heal your childhood trauma?
sure.
By walking to the end of a pier on a beautiful day at the ocean and picking up the bags of garbage that are in biodegradable bags.
Yeah.
And in those garbage bags are old traumas, old emotions, old experiences. How'd you just like to throw them off the pier and let
Uh,
the fishes eat them?
uh,
And so we can heal in metaphors. We can heal by going to a healing river, stepping into the river, and having it rinse all over us, relieving stress and tension. So, metaphors are a big way of healing when people don't know what the issue is.
uh, wow. This is fascinating. And, for someone who's uh, never been and seen a hypnotherapy or been hypnotized by a hypnotherapist, I should say. This is fascinating work. And by the way, before I got to interview you today, I watched some of your success stories. You have a lot of amazing testimonials and clients that are speaking about the power of this and how you've helped them. And I just think it's a beautiful thing. Let me just ask you, um, when we talk about hypnotherapy, there's also another term I just want to know. You also say a lot of times it includes NLP, right? And NLP is neuro linguistic programming. Can you just share what that is specifically?
Sure. Neurolinguistic programming it works with the subconscious mind, and it was created by a Dr. Richard Bandler, I believe. And he found that some of the hypnotherapy clients were not healing at the level he needed.
Yeah.
It has the ability to, let's say, abdominal pain,
Okay.
to invite the abdominal pain to step forward in front of you, and you describe what it looks like and what it feels like. Maybe it's red, maybe it's blue, maybe it's a big gray cloud, and then talk to it and see what it needs to feel better. So there's so many, I have literally dozens of NLP processes for the different types of concerns and areas they want to improve for clients. And we often have beliefs that being anxious is a way to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
But if we're too anxious, it doesn't protect us, it locks us up.
Got it.
And so moving into
Huh.
what else could you do to protect Rosemary instead of being anxious and in pain? I could do deep breathing. And so we can invite your wise part to come forward and
Mm-hmm.
share and offer ideas that will help. I could take a walk in the sunshine.
Yeah.
I could have practiced deep breathing.
Okay.
I could say affirmations.
Okay.
I could hug my cat.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. Ah,
And so,
wow.
and your own inner self, your higher self, your wise one, and and the part of you that's trying to protect you.
Yeah.
Using anxiety, but hyperanxiety ends up being a defeating behavior. Now, we all need a little bit of fear to protect ourselves, to keep us out of harm's way. But too much brings a health problem.
Wow. Wow. Well, I got to thank you so much for being here today. It's a pleasure getting to know you, and I hope we have future shows together so we can really dive into more of how hypnotherapy NLP is helping so many. Again, Rosemary, based out of California, you can come see her at the office or obviously virtually, like we're doing today here on a live Zoom. So, how can we reach out to you?
Okay, my website is www.joyfullifehypnotherapy.com, and I'm in Tehachapi, California. And if you look, I'm listed, I was just rated the #1 mental health provider in Tehachapi. And that's why I'm bringing people from all over California now, as I've reached over 100 five-star reviews and rated by BizRate. So it's pretty exciting that all the work and study that I do and all the love I have for my clients is paying off to them and more.
Beautiful. All right. Thank you so much, Rosemary. You have a fantastic day. Looking forward to the next time we connect. JoyfulLifeHypnotherapy.com. Visit it and we'll talk soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, sweetheart. Thank you.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.